guys, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, my name is Bethel and I have this thing called Sew with Kids on my channel where I show you how to sew. Today's video is going to be like a very quick, very simple one. It's how to make a baby hem or rolled hem. Now a baby hem or rolled hem is what you would normally see on like ready to wear pieces or like things you buy in the boutique or like from the stores. Those are how to finish the hem. It's very neat and it's very skinny. So if you've wondered how to do that very skinny hem, well, today's video is going to show you exactly how to do it. It's going to be a very short one. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and let's get to this video. Okay, so another thing to do is that this hem helps with is if your dress is very long, this is a very easy hem to do when you've pinned the length of your dress and you want to sew it. So first things first, I already measured the length of this dress. I know I'm gonna take off 1 inch, and if you're doing this when you're cutting, just make sure you add 1 inch allowance if that's what you're taking off. So I'm just going to fold it like so and pin. Pinning is very important, at least to me. The way I was taught, pinning is what is the bulk of this dress. So you just keep pinning at that particular mark allowance that you've left for the hem. So just keep pinning. So as you can see, this is a very long piece I'm working with, and I've pinned the whole thing round. So I'll just pin completely and then show you guys the next step. So now I've pinned the whole thing. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to go ahead and press it so that this lays flat. So now you can see why I put this like this, so that way the pin head doesn't just come in the way. As you can see, I'm avoiding it. So now the next thing I'm doing is taking out the pins. So now the main purpose of my ironing was just to get this line that you can see here. So that's, you're gonna see how it comes into play. So I'm taking off all the pins next. Okay, so now that I've taken all the pins out, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to fold it. So now notice how I'm folding this by like 1/4 or even less. So the tinier like 1/8 rather. The tinier God, I can't speak English. The tinier the better. Okay, so as you can see, that's the line I ironed, right? I'm leaving like just 1/8 of an inch, and then you sew very close to the edge, almost like you're sewing nothing, as you can see me do. Then make sure as you're going exactly. So you can see the lines there, 1/8. I'm sewing very close to the edge. You can see what it's coming out to be. I want to just point out the fact that I am not sewing on the line. I'm sewing very close to the line. So if you look, you can see right here, you can see the line, you can see where I'm sewing on. So don't make that mistake. Okay, so now that the sewing is done, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this excess fabric I have right here. So I'm going to cut it very close to this line, to where I stitched on. So very close, but make sure you're not cutting what you stitched on. So can you see how close I cut it? If you can get closer without cutting the actual line, then do so. So you can see how I place my hand, that makes it a little bit flat, and then you just cut it like so. And then as you're cutting it, you're moving. So I'm just going to do this and cut all through round, so very small like this. Okay, so I noticed that putting it on the table like this and going like this was working much easier and faster for me. So just see, yeah, like this, and it's even closer to the thing than the other way I was doing it. So you might want to try this method too and see whichever one works for you. Now that I have done that, the next thing I'm going to do is, actually you can just start from anywhere, it doesn't really matter, is I'm going to just bend it. As you can see, it's already bending because of that iron when I ironed it. So I'm just going to follow the bend and literally just sew on this line. You can see that there's already a line there for us to sew on. So just bend it like so and just sew on that line that we already made. So the line serves for like 2 purposes, I guess. So now just follow that same line and then just sew. Now this part is the really fast part, because everything's already bending. And I've seen some people use like another kind of footer that helps keep this secure. You can, but sometimes what I do is I just do something like this, so that way it's staying flat. But just make sure you don't sew on your scissors. You guys can see what the outcome is becoming, very thin stitch. Okay, so if you guys can see, you can see how very tiny this stitch is and how close to the end is. What it looks like on the back. you might see it because my sewing is not that straight. You can see sometimes it's on the thread, sometimes it's not. Doesn't really matter from the back. It's just that this part should be tiny like this, and you know, almost seamless. Very cute. I really love this kind of hem for like good finishes. So next time I'm going to go iron this, because as you can see the pin always leaves marks, so I'm going to go iron it so it can stay straight and, you know, take away the pin marks and make this flat. I'm done, and this is what it looks like after ironing. Like I love how neat this looks. It looks so professional and I'm loving it. Okay, if you're still watching, thank you so much. I hope this video came very beneficial to you. So you can check out my channel for other simple videos on how to make tutorial on how to make different types of outfits. And if you have any suggestions on what you want me to make next, or like tutorial show you next, just be kind enough to drop it in the comment section. I'll definitely try to make it one of these days. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel. Oh, by the way, if you actually want to see the dress I was working on, be sure to follow me on Instagram at shopkizaj so you can see the dress I was working on. I'm not going to be posting it today. It's going to be like in a couple of days, but let me know what you guys think of the final product, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.